Good morning from Rita's Roost and the Quilted Chicken Farm. I'm going to show you a little bit of an update on my quilt here. It's just coming right along, ain't it? Have you got I fed my husband breakfast already because it's 8, a little after 8 here, and he's had breakfast and he's went out to put out hay for the cows. You know, I'm in Arkansas, and we've looked on the radar, and there's a line of rain out in Oklahoma that's coming toward Arkansas. So later on today, it's going to be raining here. That might make a good afternoon to sow, reckon. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about the weather. You know, that's what old people do. They sit around and talk about the weather. Well, you think it's going to rain? Is it going to snow? How hot's it going to be? Boy, this rain sure is making my arthritis act up. Do you know people like that? I must be one of them people. I think I'm one of them people. But anyway, I've got all my blocks made. Actually, this one right here, see the empty spot right there? Well, I think I've got them all made. I'll take that back. Hold on. Let me put this one up there. This is the last pieces of the block. Let me put it together, and then I'm going to show you just a little bit of how I'm stripping them together. Get them seams turned right. Nest those little seams. I don't want this to be a long video, but there's 2-3 things I want to talk about. Get a hold of them. I'm going to tilt that down. You can watch that little sewing machine just eat this fabric up. Does it eat the fabric up? Here she goes. This is, you guys know that this is the quilt I'm working on at this house, and I'm working on some other projects up at the other house. But after this one gets done, I want to show you what I'm going to start at this house next. I think some of you will be excited. I'm excited to start it. All my blocks are done now. Now I'm going to show you real quick how I put them together. Now they've got the sashing, but I'm sewing a piece on the bottom here, and then I'll sew this piece with the cornerstone right here. And on this one, I'd pick it up and I'd sew that, and then I'd put a cornerstone here and sew that piece, and then I'd sew that piece to that piece. Here's the other rows. I've sewed some of them together. This is row 2. Here's row 1. I got row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, and row 5. But after I get this step done, you can see those pieces. Then I would put them together. Let me move that. I marked it. I had row 1 at the top right there, and I put that on there. And I'm gonna put them together right there, and then pull it up here at the top. You guys are more professional, probably pinning it, but I think I can get by without pinning it. All right, what? I'll sew fast so this video won't be long. How about that? I've got the seams all pressed, and so most of them are going the way that I want them to go. I can feel them underneath with my finger, and they're working okay. And I'm going to line that seam up, kind of lift it, and make, if the seams are rolled up, they lay back down. Line those corners up on that. Now I'm going to move it just a little bit so I can go down to this next cornerstone. Come on. I want it to do part of the work and just fall into place where it needs to go. And if I'm watching, I can see them seams, and if I lift it up, it'll fall back down the way that I want it to go. Now, line up the cornerstone. I'm down to the cornerstone. I'm going to get the next one. Got 2 more blocks to get to the end of the row. Get those. Pick it up and let them flop back into place. This is just the way that I do it. Make sure I got that where I want it to be. Last one, I'll be to the end. Push on the gas and let off. Push on the gas. Let off the gas. And I'll show you. I didn't pin it, but that come out just pretty close, didn't it? Now, let me cut that block off there. I'll put that on the wall in a minute. But there's my row 1 and my row 2. Now I've got to finish these. I'll probably sew this one to this one, and then put this last one, and probably do it in sections is probably what I'll do. Yep, I think they're pretty, and like I showed you, this is the one I've showed you. This one, but this is the one I made a year ago, about a year ago. It's beautiful, and I'll tell you again that it come out of the pattern is a Jenny Dawn from Missouri Star. And it's from the block book Winter Volume 3 Issue 1, and it's Prairie Flowers, and it's in the book, but it's even on the cover of the book. Now, that's that. Now I've got to talk about something else. What have I got here? Let me move Maybelline back out of the way, because I want to talk about what I'm gonna do down here next. Move over there, Maybelline. You wait right there. Let's move that book. Well, I've got this fabric. Look at these pretty pieces. I think this is going to be sashing and cornerstones in my next quilt that I'm fixing to make. And what's it going to be? It's going to be the little chicken with the bonnet. And this is that old heating bond. We'll have to use that heating bond to make our chickens and applique them onto some background fabric. I don't have the background fabric here, but the collection, the layer cake I'm going to make it out of it's a Moda, and it's called Lighthearted, and Camille Roskelly was the designer. But let's open them up and look at some of those pieces. So this is the fabric I'm going to make it out of, and it's called Lighthearted. And I'm going to make 20 chickens with the bonnets. But look here. What if we make a chicken out of one like that, and we give her a pretty wing with let's see, what do we want to make a wing out of? I want to pick the darker ones for my chickens. Here we go. How about a pretty pink chicken? And we make her a wing and a bonnet out of something like that. Oh, and how about if we have beaks? We use something like this one for the beaks. And don't think we'll have to make a comb. Though the beaks and the wattles out of the reds. I found a pretty green one. That green one, what do you blend with the green one? Look at those. But all right, after I make this, I hope I get this all put together today. On my spare time, I'm going to work on it down here. And if I get it made, be on the lookout for a video on how to make these. Y'all get your stuff ready, and maybe we can make them together. Have a chicken sew-along, because we're doing that sew-along on the sampler quilt. It'll start in January, but this is going to be some of the things I work on just down here when I'm put something on the stove and I'm just across the room. This is my dining area. Some of you guys have fancy sewing rooms. But I would have a hard time every time getting away to the sewing room. If I'm here, I can run over there and stir something or check on something. I can run over there and wash a few dishes if I want to. And then I just run back over here, get a little Maybelline, and just start sewing away, can't I? Yeah, I can. All right. Just showing you what I was working on and what was coming up next. Bye, y'all. I gotta get busy. I don't even have nothing on the stove for lunch today yet. I'll get it though. We've had breakfast, so he'll be okay for a little while, won't he? Bye, y'all.